that it must be the policy of the United States to support free peoples who are resisting attempted subjugation. If we falter in our leadership, we may endanger the peace of the world, and we shall surely endanger the welfare of this nation.
Hello, this is TruNorth, the news program that brings you only the hardest-hitting news from around the ship. I'm MC2 Domestico.
And I'm MC2 Tyler Caswell. This week we'll see how Truman was able to give back to the city of Marseille, and we'll hear what our shipmates thought of our visit.
We'll also sit down with some of our newest chief selectees and hear what it means to them to be selected. But first, let's take a look back at all we've accomplished since last time.
Welcome back. While we were able to enjoy some much-deserved liberty in France, Team Truman was also able to give back to the city of Marseille. MC1 David Heights on Knights Heights has the story.
USS Harry S. Truman's command choir performed at a center for the mentally handicapped during a port visit to Marseille, France, August 8th. The community relations event was one of several set up by the Command Religious Ministries Department.
The things that unite us are always much greater than the things that might divide us, such as language, culture. We have the opportunity, life on life, to learn from one another, and that's a special thing.
Harry S. Truman Carrier Strike Group is deployed supporting maritime security operations and theater security cooperation efforts in the U.S. 6th Fleet area of responsibility. Aboard USS Harry S. Truman, I'm Petty Officer Dave Heights.
Indeed, we are a global force for good.
Let us now take a quick break for an important message.
And for this, we sincerely apologize. Well, that's what happens when you don't put any restrictions on the creativity of those who have been at sea for extended periods.
Nevertheless, it's an important message. Water conservation is an all-hands effort. You know what? Forget the platitudes. Just be considerate and don't waste water. It affects us all.
Well, that's a first. The Zappers of Electronic Attack Squadron VAQ-130 are marking a first of their own with this deployment. MC-3 Lorenzo John Burleson flew down to Ready Room 10 to get the story.
Sailors assigned to the Zappers of Electronic Attack Squadron VAQ-130 became the first squadron aboard USS Harry S. Truman to deploy with the EA-18G Growler.
So for us, being one of the first CONUS Growler squadrons to deploy on the carrier here on the Truman, I think it brings a lot of new capability and a lot of better integration with the rest of the airwing that we didn't previously have.
The EA-18G Growler replaced the EA-6B Prowler in 2010. Sailors say they are excited to operate the aircraft on board.
Being part of history with the Truman, first time with the Growler, so it's amazing to know that I've done something amazing like that.
VAQ-130 is the oldest electronic attack squadron in the Navy. Aboard USS Harry S. Truman, I'm Petty Officer Lorenzo John Burleson.
MC2, what is a zapper anyway?
Well, that's a good question. I believe he was one of the muscular pugilists on the 90s hit television program American Gladiators.
That's right. What an icon.
Yes, he had quite the mane.
This week, MC2 Domestico and I sat down with a few of Truman's chief selectees to see how their metamorphosis is going.
Welcome to this week's installment of Furrowed Brows. This week we have with us 3 of the many Truman Chief Selectees for this cycle. We have with us Chief Selectee Price, Chief Selectee Cheney, and Chief Selectee Howell. Thank you all very much for taking time out of what I imagine are very busy schedules to join us here tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Each of you, what are your rates?
I'm an aviation ordnanceman.
I'm an intelligence specialist.
Areographer's mate.
How many chief selects are there currently?
Well, right now we have 55, but only 52 currently on board, and we should have one arriving today, Chief Select Jones. So.
53, so that'll be a total of 53.
Yes.
That's quite a number. It's quite a number. That's a ton.
Yeah.
It's almost takes away from it a little bit.
Yeah, cheapens it a little, doesn't it?
Cheapens it.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Cheapens it.
What does it mean to you to be selected?
It means a lot. For all the people that have mentored me in the past, this is kind of all their hard work they put into building me as a leader, and now I've cashed in, and now it's time for me to take care of my sailors.
It's a very humbling experience. It's an honor to be selected, to actually be chosen to be a part of the Chief's Mess, but very humbling at the same time, because now it's like Chief Select Howell said, it's now your turn to start to really, really take care of your sailors and get them to where you're at right now.
Feels great, to tell you the truth. I think it's been a long time coming. I really had a lot of support, still have a lot of support from my junior sailors, as well as my seniors. Their hard work and success has helped with my hard work and success as well to get me where I'm at.
Chief Selectee Cheney, I understand that during your time on board, you've been the envy of all your peers, having had the opportunity to mentor one of the best known, most respected sailors aboard. I would say attractive. I would. Aboard Truman. Really, I would venture to say a god among mere mortals. Can you tell our viewers who that sailor is?
It would be you, MC2 Domestico.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, well, that is a coincidence. No, really, you flatter me. And how does my success, my overwhelming success on board Truman, make you feel? You're glowing, like my pregnant wife.
Chief Selects, now that you're being part of the Chief's Mess and going through the induction process, I need to know what Master Chief scares you the most. Go.
Tell you the truth, Master Chief Novak, CMC. He's kind of hard to figure out, you know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Master Chief May. He's pretty intimidating. It's a learning process to introducing yourself with him and talking with him.
Have you yet had the pleasure of meeting our own Master Chief Kirsch?
Yes.
Our own beloved Master Chief.
Yes.
She's a hell of a leader, but absolutely terrifying, I tell you.
We once saw her go to the flight deck and knife hand the sky, and it started to rain.
Yeah, I don't think we were supposed to see that. Okay, we're going to cut right to the brass tacks here. Can you cut to brass tacks?
No.
Right down to the brass tacks? All right, right down to the brass tacks. What are in your little boxes?
I think you'd have to wait until you've earned one.
Yeah.
And then you'll get to see what's in there.
When you become chiefs.
G13 classified.
Don't know what that means.
What is that? What is a G14?
It's a need to know.
I thought it was an airplane.
An airplane?
Like a G14?
My grandfather fought G13 in World War II. He was a hell of a pilot.
So there's no way we can have a glimpse into one of these vessels?
Absolutely not.
Can you
Have to take
describe
out your
for
eyes.
us a little bit, as best you can, what the vessels are all about?
The vessels.
The vessels, part of the uniform.
I can't help but notice that with your backpacks there and your little vessels and your books, you look very much like children on your first day of school.
Every day is a learning process.
So you really probably just have lunch in those boxes. Right?
Food for thought, yes.
What's in the box?
It means business. We'd like to congratulate the three of you for being selected as new Chief Petty Officers, and thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedules to be on our show. Thank you all for watching, and please tune in next week when we have somebody better. Until then.
Congratulations to all of Truman's Chief selectees. You are an example to us all.
While on the topic of chiefs, we here at TruNorth would like to wish Command Master Chief Kemp and his family our best, and let them know they are in our thoughts and prayers.
We would also like to thank Command Master Chief Novak for all of his hard work during CMC Kemp's absence.
This week, we were curious to hear how you enjoyed our port visit to Marseille, France.
So we sent our crew out to the deck plates to find out.
All right, this is Mendoza here. I'm walking through the mess decks and I stumbled upon
MMC Hubbard.
MMC McDaniel.
All right, how you all doing today?
We're fine.
Awesome.
All right then, even though I just surprised them with this interview. So what about France? Did you all enjoy yourselves? What? Talk to me.
I did some shopping. The shopping was good.
All right.
I went to Paris and looked at the sights.
All right, this is Steve Mendoza here with MM2 Tanner. How are you doing, man?
Most excellent.
Okay, I like it. This is starting, man. So, Marseille. When you think of the word Marseille, what do you think of?
History.
What else? Alrighty, this is Steve Mendoza here on the mess decks with
RP3 Lemos.
and
YN3 Ingram.
all right, ladies, how you doing today?
Wonderful.
And
Awesome. Outstanding.
she's outstanding. Fun boss. How was Marseille?
It was awesome. For you guys, for me, I worked really hard, but overall, I would say fantastic.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I mean, I had to wait about 15 minutes for somebody to put their makeup on, but I mean, other than that, I'm okay.
Wow. Call me out just like that?
I never said your name, so you just called yourself out. It's okay. So what about you, dude? What was your favorite part?
I gotta say, Monte Carlo. That was
Why?
memories.
Like what?
I liked going to the little shops and getting food and cookies.
Cookies, huh? Uh-oh. Somebody likes cookies. Okay. So what was your favorite dish you had there?
I had the had duck, but it wasn't actually in Marseille. It was in Monaco.
Check you out.
I know, right?
You're just going everywhere eating duck in Monaco and all that.
It was.
I had chicken in Chicago once. And what did you buy?
I bought. Nothing for you, but I'm a scarf person, so I bought a few scarves, nice blouses, and things like
Dude, you bought a scarf in the summer.
that. I wear scarves all year round.
That's weird, but your neck don't be hot. It's Team Dawson on the message deck. She's nervous and she talks too much. I'll talk to you all later.
Sounds like a good time was had by all.
Yeah, some more than others. Well, that's all the news we have this time, Truman.
Be sure to check out the Give 'em El Herald for more news from around the ship.
And remember, if it isn't true, it isn't news. Until next time, Truman. Oh boy, I'm glad that's over. I did not enjoy myself.
I know, I just get tired. It's a little red dot. It's intimidating. It's intimidating.
Actually, I bought a fatigue one to go with a pair of fatigue jeans that I have.
Oh, now hold on. That's good.
Okay, so this is my second class cruise, basically an enlisted cruise. So I follow.
Oh, that reminds me. Unless you wash your hands, please don't attempt to high-five us in the P-ways. I think that's fair.
Yeah, and the good games, they're just kind of out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
MC2, one of our chief selects left behind a vessel.
Oh, get out. All right, open it. My God, I had no idea.
This changes everything.
It makes so much sense now.
It's beautiful. But what's this in the corner? Ooh, peanut.